Hello everybody, Sushi here. I'd like to welcome you to another development video. I think this is now number 17 of all the videos that I've done. Now I thought I'd make this development video to showcase some of the features that you saw in the video that we just released about 2 days ago from Sizer's group. The reason why I thought that this would be a good idea was that some of the things that appeared there may have not actually been noticed by the public, and I thought that would be a good idea to kind of go through these sequentially so you can now see what we've done with the mod. Now since the release of the demo we had an outrageous amount of feedback, and we've seen the things that we've done well, and we've also seen some of the things that we can improve. And we've now taken a lot of those things and a lot of those comments into the mod development process. The other thing that we've been doing now is actually applying a lot of the gameplay features that we originally talked about and discussed thoroughly, and now implementing them into the game. One of these things are the mobile docking. Now we've changed the way that Freeworlds, or rather Freelancer, handles this. Before, you just dock to a ship, you go into this this base, and you just pop out anywhere from that ship. There was no actually undocking sequence or docking sequence or anything such as that. There was some of the specificity things that were lacking from that overall process. So we've added a lot of those things. One of the big things is that each capital ship will have a particular armament, that there are a particular amount of ships that they allow to dock on it. Depending on class, only particular types of ships can dock on these capitals. The other thing that's important too, for example, if you're more than 500 meters away, you can't actually dock with the ship, so that we thought that was an important feature to add, so you actually had to be reasonably close. So you need to come up to the actual ship within about 500 meters, and then you can hit dock. You dock then onto the ship. Now the person who's controlling the capital ship has the control of deploying all the ships at once, or you can do that, the players can do that themselves. If the capital ship dies, the player that has docked on them will be sent to the last base that they docked out. Now with the launching sequence, you can see here that you actually have a true undocking sequence, and this we thought was an important thing to add rather than just plopping people into space. Now some other important features to talk about with the carriers is that if a player dies, player that has docked on that particular carrier craft, they will then spawn on that craft. The other things too are that we are in the process of making these carriers have a limited amount of equipment. And what this does is it allows us to specify exactly what is on each carrier and how much of it. Now the other important things that we've learned from the demo is that a lot of the people, when they form groups, they like to fly in formation. Now Freelancer has a very rudimentary feature that allows people to form up, but there's a lot of problems with lag, and it will speed you up past the game defaults, and a few other things that we really didn't like with Freelancer. So what we've done is that we've made our own match speed feature. Now this is similar to what you've seen in the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter or X-Wing Alliance. So essentially it allows you to match the exact speed of a particular ship that either you're following or that you're trying to form up with. So you can see here that this will do the Brilliant Patrol Boat here. So if I'm going to try to match the speed of the Brilliant Patrol Boat, I'm going to hit M. And what you see is that M at the bottom of my screen here, and that will match the speed of the Brilliant Patrol Boat. So for example, if I'm trying to follow it, or if I'm trying to engage it in battle, I'm at a pretty constant distance, and allows me to engage it like so. Now, some other important features that you may be hearing this ticking. What this is, we've actually added a new missile lock feature, so it allows you to know when you're able to fire the missiles, and actually allows you to fire the missiles in the game itself. So you can see here that I'm following this Corset Y-Wing, and that when I'm at a particular distance, or rather I'm at a particular angle to this ship, and I've locked on it, so meaning that it's stayed in this particular reticule for a particular amount of time, and I can now fire the missiles. So that's another useful feature that we've added rather than using the standard freelancer versions of that. So you can see here, as I get close, and as it says locking and then locked, I can now fire. But if it says I can't fire it here when it's not locked, or when it's in the process of locking, only when it's completely locked, like so. So that's an important feature that we've added that we hope will help gameplay. The other important things that we've added to the mod, firstly, you can see just by the screen we've changed the heads-up display. This is courtesy of Cheese on Toast. We're currently still working on this. We have a lot of things that we're going to still add. This bar up here needs to be played around with a bit, and we're going to be changing quite a few of the icons. The other things we're going to be doing are limiting the amount of characters you see in the boxes themselves. That way you have more of a uniform looking box on both sides. But I can say that this HUD is pretty stellar when you just look at it, and it really breathes some life into this old game of Freelancer that we love. Now, some other features that you may have seen in the video is that we've added a new targeting system. And what we mean by this is that in, say for example, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter or X-Wing Alliance, you're able to target on a ship and then go back to that target. Or you could just be target on another ship and still be following another target at that time. So what Friendly Fire has done using the wizardry of FL Hook, we've been able to actually adopt that system into ours. So for example, if I want to follow this particular patrol boat, I can hit T, and it comes up here as a target. It comes up with the name of the ship, as well as the particular object name, as well as telling me what's its shields and what its hull is at. So this is important for both offense and defense. For example, if I wanted to see how well my ship is doing the, say for example, MC-90, I hit T, and now I can see how well it's doing. So for example, that's being attacked, now I know that I need to get my butt back there and help protect it. Or, for that matter, if a squad commander assigns a target, everybody can then assign that target onto their system and be able to follow it. And then just to remove it, all you need to do is bind it onto your control system, and you can just remove it like so. And you can do up to 4 different targets, and it can follow it all at the same time, which I think is a great feature, and I think will allow a lot of the tactical component of the mod that we were missing in the demo to start to come to light. The other big thing we've changed, more difficult to show through video. One of the big talking points with the demo itself was regarding how difficult it was to take down other ships and how people felt the flight dynamics were. So what we've done is we took a look at the mod and see where we can actually improve it. And starfighter dynamics in terms of the flight dynamics and physics was something that we thought would be important for us to look at. So this is what we've done. Sizer and Friendly Fire went back to the drawing board. It took both the comments that people gave us in praise and also the comments that people gave us as a way to improve, and have now completely redesigned the system. Now the overall design allows players to, rather than engage in jousting matches, more of a circular X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, X-Wing Alliance like combat. The other thing too that it's a lot easier to fire on ships. The lasers go a lot faster, which means you're a lot more accurate with the way that you fire your lasers. And shields and hulls have been reduced slightly. Furthermore, speeds of the ships have been increased, so it allows for faster gameplay. And what we've so far have been able to obtain from our testers is that they quite like the changes, and we're going to continue to tweak from there on in. Now, in regards to capitals, we're quite happy with the way that they overall they were enjoyed by the players. So we're probably going to keep them very similar. What's going to happen is that we're going to tweak their hit points and, as well as some of their hard points to allow players, particular bombers, to do strategical strikes on them. Now those are just some of the features that I wanted to talk about that were seen in the video. There's actually quite a few more that I haven't discussed yet, but as the week goes on, you'll be seeing more about these features that we have added to the game for final release. If you like what you see, please give us a vote for the MODDB Mod of the Year Awards, as we are in the best upcoming mod category and would really appreciate your support. Thank you very much for your time. Until next time, Sushi out.